Hey everyone, I'm Egoqueenalexis and welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at Hammer and Bolter episode 2, Bound for Greatness. We already have the first one up on the channel. This is going to be an entire reaction review of the entire thing, and I will be talking through it, pausing it at about every 20 seconds. So if this is not your jam, leave now. But if it is, please stay. Let's talk about this. So we are over on Warhammer Plus. If you haven't checked this out yet, it's okay. It's good. It's good so far. They had a couple of really good battle reports that I enjoyed. And it's a funny story. They actually got 2 rules wrong in their first battle report and 2 rules wrong in their second battle report. And I thought that was just greatly amusing. If you spotted them, comment in the comment section down below. Also, be sure to check out all the links. You can check out my Patreon and support this channel. Link is in the description. Check it out. Okay, so let's get into this. Bound for Greatness. Bound. I clicked it. Can you play? Oh, we have to play it over here. Okay. Sure. Okay. Warhams Plus. It's kind of like the LGBTQA plus, where it's just like the premium version of gay. Just saying. I happen to be a premium version of gay. Just putting it out there. God, they need a new intro. They really do need a new intro. A Warhammer original animated series. So we see all the symbols and everything. I love these symbols. I love everything they have here. This is great. Okay, Hammer and Bolter. This actually reminds me of, like, if you ever seen... Oh my god, what is it called? My mind is blank right now. Hey, I was pausing that. Love, Death, and Robots. It actually reminds me of the intro to that for no reason. Ooh, so we got an ecclesiarchal church of some sort. Okay. Or a Scala Progenium, depending. That's a burb! Well, I'll be damned.
Blessed are the words of the Emperor, for it is he who lights our way. In his beneficence, he has bestowed upon us his great librarium, so that lowly servants such as I might share his word. Know then that in the time
I've never seen that symbol before.
when the stars were but young,
and the galaxy steeped in darkness.
Oh, look at the preacher. He's got the chainsword on his back. Preacher has nothing. Okay. So let's talk about the stuff that we just saw right there. All right, so these are Imperial preachers or missionaries, depending on their rank itself. I do apologize about this popping up every single time my mouse moves. It's just going to, so... And there is no full screen option, which I know somebody told me how to do, and it's like, you hit a key and it can do it, but I forget. So the Scala Progeniums typically keep only the books for the priests themselves to read, and then they give their interpretations of them to the people of the planet itself. These librariums are massive. There's millions of books in them, and one scholar will probably spend their entire life redoing the same book multiple times, and each and every single time that they finish the book, by the time they finished it, they have to restart redoing it into another version of the same book because the language has changed, or they've died, the previous person doing it has died. So a lot of the books, like how the Book of Logar is the book that was written for the imperial religion, the Novitio Divinitatis, I think that's what it's called. But by now it has been rewritten like millions of times. And because of that, the original work of Logar is barely in that, but still in it enough that Gilliman spotted it, some of the High Lords have spotted it, and some Inquisitors have spotted it. So the Auto Redactus does go through them and change a little bit every now and then just to deal with it. But it's still ever present and problems are added in. And one of the biggest ways of corruption in the Imperium spreads is by a demon whispering into a preacher's ear or a scholar's ear or librarius's ear to tell them to write something different. And they'll add something that doesn't seem significant to us, but could lead to the damnation of the entire way of life. So, yeah, there's a lot that goes into corruption in the Imperium, and it's why the Inquisition is so needed. Okay. Look at that little service go. Oh, that's adorable. I love it.
Counting is your duty.
Okay, so the server skulls, because we have to talk about things every single second. By the way, can I just say that I love this kind of art style because it reminds me of like the Boondocks mixed with like the old Spawn and Spider-Man show from back in the 90s. I love this, like, it's not a cheap animation style, but it kind of plays itself off as a cheap animation style, where they put more emphasis on the voice acting and the environments rather than the animation for the people themselves. It still does seem like it's at 30 frames per second for most animes anyway, or animations. And an animation can be anything from an animated webcomic all the way up to just people moving stick figures like TTS does, where they just take a stock image and shake it a few times to do the animation for it itself. So those servo skulls. Cool thing about them is typically those are people who have worked for the Imperium or people who were criminals at some point and had their skull removed so that they can still be a prisoner forever, which is amazing in my opinion. It's one of the coolest things about 40k. There's other various servo skulls, and each one of them has a different utility for the Imperium. There's Mechadendrite servo skulls. There's servo skulls that man automated weapons. There's servo skulls that have lasguns. There's servo skulls with Bane eyes that we saw with Commissar Yarrick. There's servo skulls that have medical tools, medical equipment, monotask servo skulls, recording servo skulls, and even one with lumen globes or candles above them. And those candles will be burning a very particular scent called usually like a sacred incense burner. And those actually keep demons away. And yes, smells keep demons away because reasons.
9,993. 9,994. My counting is my duty.
There shall be no thinking. To reason is to consider lies.
Yep. Imperial propaganda, very popular. So what they're eating is a mixture of corpse starch, is what it directly looks like. Now, people may be wondering what the hell corpse starch is, and it's kind of exactly what it sounds like. So in hive cities, in big cities like this in the Imperium, instead of feeding them like food from other planets, they will shuttle in food from other planets. They have entire agri-worlds meant to feed entire small solar systems. Yeah. Small systems, and each one of these is designed to feed all of these people. But the problem is 40k is so densely populated that the average planet has over 1 trillion people on it. So what they've started doing is making corpse starch. Corpse starch is what happens to a dead body in a hive. So the first thing that happens is the dead body is harvested for all of its usable organs. Your heart, your lungs, your lower intestines are all removed and stored if they can be saved. All of these will be donated to higher ups or people who could afford them. But the rest of your body, the parts that are completely unusable, they will grind into paste, fill with a little bit of ammonia, mix it into a giant blender, and then refeed it, distribute it to the hive itself, and deal with it. Now, a lot of these places are held by corpse grinder gangs, and they are gangs of heretics that are tolerated within hives because they are just used to manufacture this. You can't manufacture this without going insane. And it's not just humans that are thrown into this. It could be dogs, cats, living creatures, giant spiders, anything that dies. Any type of food starch is thrown into this grinder thing, mashed into a paste, filled with ammonia, and served back to you. It's basically McDonald's food. I hit play.
There shall be no reading.
So these guys are banned from reading, thinking, and doing anything but counting.
96. 9,996. 996.
There shall be no talking.
Looks like a cardinal.
Knowledge corrupts. It is a dangerous thing. Do you understand this, Adept Neath?
I do. Prefect. 9,990.
So let's talk about that really quickly. So knowledge is power, guard it well. And why they're so anti-knowledge in Warhammer 40k, especially in the Imperium, in certain branches of the Imperium. Now, each different branch has its own leniencies on what you can and cannot know. Like if an Inquisitor's around, you better never mention demons. You can know about them, but if that Inquisitor catches wind that you know about them, they'll either kill you, mind wipe you, or turn you into a servitor. And the reason for that is to protect the entirety of the galaxy. Because if one person knows about demons, it means that demon knows about them, which means that demon can whisper to them, which means that demon can ultimately corrupt them. And the second they start getting more and more corrupted, they can be used as a vessel for that demon. And if that happens, that means that they themselves can be opened into a warp rift, tear open the fabric of reality, and thousands of demons can get out and destroy an entire world. So a lot of the times they try to suppress knowledge. But it's really weird considering that everyone is taught at schools, but it's more like military propaganda schools that emphasize like human purity. Yeah, it's definitely a fascist empire. Let's just put it that way.
97, 9,998. The Emperor's light is the only light. 9,999.
There's a missing book.
10,000. 10,001.
So he did not report that. That's actually big.
There shall be no talking.
Have you ever noticed that sometimes there are the wrong number of books?
So remember what I said about demons. The slightest thing can lead to corruption. They sleep on slabs. Not even a bed, just a slab.
Is to invite treachery.
I mean, it's gotta be good for their back every now and then, but damn.
Counting is your duty.
Don't get why they don't just use servitors for this, but you know what? It's the Imperium. So, this is just gonna be weird, but this teardrop usually means that they've killed somebody in prison in like real life. So I'm really confused what they're doing with that symbology. But so far it appears that they are being corrupted and they are not reporting things and they're thinking about it, which is ultimately leading to a type of corruption which is letting demons whisper to him or drive him mad. Now, it could be demonic, it could just be him going crazy.
996. My counting is my duty. 9,997.
It's so weird, he doesn't have the Rosarius. He has something very similar to a Rosarius, but not a Rosarius.
9,998. The Emperor's light is my only light. 9,999.
Now it's back. Oh no! His book. Completely different book. This guy's about to have a lot of fun. So this is Tzeentch corruption. And keep in mind, this is my first time watching this. So the Master of Lies. Ooh, good use of powers. I like that. Yeah. Okay, so that is like I said, warp whispering. This is what happens when you are tasked with a skill for just your entire life, driven slightly mad. Your thoughts go into the warp itself and reflect upon the immaterium. Demons can latch on to those thoughts, and those thoughts can lead back to you. So if you are constantly thinking about like counting or doing readings or talking to people or things that you're not supposed to do, all of that will build up into the warp itself. And those ideas, those thoughts can actually be found by scribes of the god of Tzeentch or demons of the god of Tzeentch or any type of warp entity that might take interest in this. In this case, it does appear to be Tzeentch. I'm going to turn this up on my end.
These books had better be worth it.
So we got a minister and priest with a shotgun, one with a chainsword.
Welcome, welcome. Once again, we are most honored to receive such auspicious guests.
Quite so, Prefect. You are blessed indeed to serve the Emperor through our patronage.
I love that. Okay. So they're probably just having like a normal conversation, but I think what's happening is this guy is seeing it this way. So he's seeing like this not deceiving nature, but yeah, deceiving nature, where everyone is like on knife's edge and like ready to kill each other or ready to lie to each other or already lying to each other. So it's just really, really cool to see all of this.
That I am.
Are the new volumes ready?
They are.
Good.
Ooh, bionic eye. Nice. I love the shotgun on this
All is
back.
as it should be. Through us, the Emperor's grace will inspire thousands. Have the next batch ready early.
I don't like this. I don't like that symbol.
Of course.
That doesn't...
Blessing of the Emperor upon you.
Okay, so that symbol there, I don't recognize it. And that's what's throwing me off, because it's everywhere. And this is another sign of corruption. Like, just a subtle change, but it's not hurting anybody to see this image yet. The second that an image like hurts you or starts distorting, that's when you can tell it's related to chaos or a type of race that is strongly aligned with chaos. The chaotic symbols you can't perceive in reality. They're ever shifting, and it almost looks painful to look upon. It's kind of like staring into like a car's headlight as it moves. Like you just kind of do it, but you shouldn't because it hurts your eyes and it strains you quite a bit. But yeah, also shotgun.
Our fate is in his hands.
Can we get subtitles? Yes. Subtitles. Hopefully that worked. He wasn't doing his counting.
10,001? My counting is my duty.
There shall be no thinking.
Yeah, this definitely reminds me of like Boondocks. And I absolutely love it for that reason.
What? What is it?
A book. An extra book. You were right. I found one there on the shelf.
You did? Did you read it?
No.
Tell me, where did you find it?
This is such a good plot for Dark Heresy campaign.
71A, where I count. Who are you?
That's an Inquisitor.
My name is Bo.
See that? I want to say that that's an acolyte. I want to say that. I really want to say that that's an acolyte that's infiltrated here. Or it's somebody who's been corrupted. It's always that fine line with acolytes and inquisitors, you know? They're always like right there next to each other. Okay, so he can't sleep. Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So I know a lot of people like don't like this style and everything, but I've watched anime like my whole life. So unedited backgrounds just kind of work for me because I'm so used to it. Like I watched all of Naruto. Like if I can watch all of that, I can watch all of this. So yeah, some of its animation is a little bit wonky. Right now he's looking for that book.
No.
And it's gone again.
That can't be.
And now the guy's gonna be there. Yep.
Bowl! Bowl! Bowl!
Oh, he's saying that out loud. You shouldn't be doing that.
There shall be no talking!
But didn't he just talk?
It seems I must remind you of the rules, Adept Neath.
I'm sorry, Prefect. It's just
Oh, it's a prefect.
the extra book.
Extra books. Have you failed in your counting duties?
I was trying to find Adept Bowl. He knows all about it.
There is no Adept Bowl.
But
So now he's either...
I
Okay,
spoke with him.
let's talk about this. Because he's either hallucinating that this person actually exists. This person is a demon that's taken that form for him to see and talk to in his mind's eye. So he perceives the person as there, but in reality, that person never existed. Or that's an inquisitorial acolyte, so somebody who shouldn't be there has infiltrated. And I am on board with this. I love this idea.
Are mistaken. There has never been an adept here with that name.
Then perhaps I misheard his name. He had a marking, a scar on the side of his neck.
To question is to undermine authority.
Ooh.
There shall be no more talking.
Yes, Prefect.
Now go, and do not allow your thoughts to betray you.
Honestly, he made it out of there pretty much okay. Like, let's be real. Out of all the things that guy could have done to him, he made it out of there with no punishment. Aside from being like, no, don't do that. You get a stern talking to, young man. But he could have very easily been beaten, berated, turned into an archoflagellant. He could have been strapped to a penitent engine. He could have been tortured. He could have been sent to a penal colony. He could have had his mind erased. He could have had, he could have been turned into a servitor. He could have had his head just cut off and turned into a servo skull. He could have had his mind locked. He could be given a whole bunch of stims and forced into a coma. There's a lot of things in the Imperium that they could have done to him that they just didn't. So, honestly, it's pretty good. Also, oh, that's bad. Oh, he's Burb. I did not expect him to be Burb. Oh, I like that a lot.
There shall be no...
Oh, I like that so much. That's so cool. That would explain why he got out of there without any repercussions. Repercussions? Repercussions. Okay. So, oh, and I should mention this. Okay, so that's now going to have the markings of Tzeentch, which is going to be cool. So the candles in 40K, what makes them like super cool is that they're all made by a very special type of wax that takes years to burn. Like, the wax in 40K lasts forever. It can be used and it has a very high heat resistance, which is kind of weird considering all that happens to it because it's still wax. But it allows the candle to burn for like years if needed. Like there's been records of tombs having burning candles in them for thousands of years. So it's really cool that these things are made all over the Imperium. And it's one of the primary light sources that they use is these types of candles because of how long they take to burn out. It's gonna look at him. It's a face. Uh-oh, that's not good. And then oh my god, yes. Okay, so like I said, flickering in and out of reality. This is something that happens with demons that's not shown enough. Demons are not physically there, but they are physically there because if you interact with them, you give them presence. So if you think that you can kill a demon with a sword by swiping it, if your willpower is stronger than that of the demons, you can actually beat it. But if you are not strong of will, and like you are frightened or scared, or you just lack the courage to fight a demon, the demon will overwhelm you and kill you. So anytime a demon actually inflicts damage on you, it does inflict real damage on you, but it's only because you allow it to, which is the craziest thing to think about. Oh. He's a big burb. He's not no normal burb. He's a big burb. Oh, there's several demons. Oh, that is so cool. This is so good. Oh my god, I love demonic corruption in 40K. Look at the blue and pink horrors. Oh, that's the screenshot I'm using for this. There it is. Oh. And it's demonology. Or it's Inquisition. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. I love all of this. Know that the time before when the stars were young. Okay, so this is just the intro. Yeah, this is just the intro. That's actually really cool. Changed.
Greetings, most auspicious.
Yes, yes. Are they ready?
Of course, just as you required.
Oh, that is so brutal. Oh, that is so good.
Come along, hurry. There's work to be done.
It's all the different adapts.
We shall return tomorrow, Prefect. Be ready.
Oh, that is so cool.
Of course.
That is so brutal. I absolutely love this. Ah, the bird's got a bionic eye. And a bionic leg.
Gather round. Lend me your
Which also means
ears
that thing is...
and listen well.
Hold up. That bird is watching them. Might
For
be an
I
inquisitorial
bear words
presence on
of
here.
loving enlightenment.
And of the brilliance
That shines upon the darkest
Oh, that is
corners
millions
of our
upon millions of
galaxy.
people. Oh, there's so many.
Gift of change!
Oh, it's corrupting everyone with the religion. That's so cool. This is actually the plot of a book, though. So this is actually the plot of one of the worst books written, which is Shroud of Night. This might actually be a precursor to Shroud of Night. That's really cool because in that book, a Lord of Change used the faith of the people itself to corrupt them, and Celestine had to take in the Lord of Change and then be killed. It might not be Shroud of Night. It might be something else. But yeah, no, that's ridiculously cool.
Knowledge corrupts. It is the dangerous thing.
That is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. Please let there be a continuation of this story with like the Inquisition coming in. That was actually incredible. So let's talk about this. Like, holy crap, that was so good. Okay, so like, one, there are books in 40K that actually reference this exact thing. There's actually multiple of them, where they use the Imperial faith as a way of corrupting people. And it might have been Logar's entire plan to do that. And now that is awesome. I absolutely love that. That is fantastic. But it's usually followed by the Sisters of Battle crushing them, the Space Marines coming down and crushing them, usually Black Templar, or something like the Inquisition actually doing their goddamn job. So I'm really excited if they continue the story, or if it's like Love, Death, and Robots where they just kind of wing it. I'm super excited for what they're going to do with this series. I'm absolutely loving it. And I personally like the comic book styling because if you guys don't know, I gotta grab it, kind of follow comic books quite a bit. I just got I'm getting the entire set of the new Sister of Battle book, which honestly is pretty good. I got the entire Marinus Kalgar one coming, and I'm going to be getting all of the other ones as well. I love comic books, so to see this art style in an animation is amazing to me. So I absolutely love it. I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you enjoy this? Did it look a little bit silly? Are you still mad at GW for not shutting down animators and instead realizing that most animators shut themselves down? Yeah. But anyway, comment down below. Follow me on Patreon. I have exclusive videos on there. As always, I'm Queen Alexis. I love you guys. Bye.